Brought to you by Fortune. Written by Tristan Bove. While brought to you by me. These guys are the ones that create this information that I'm reading. Thank you guys for tuning into YNA Connect once again. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So, let's get into it. A classic moment of failed technocracy is rocking us all towards a global recession, according to Adam Tooze, the internet's favorite economic historian. Let's ask a question, guys. And my question is it possible that the leaders of the these banks saw this coming? I mean, American economy has been in recession. It's been inflated for over 40 years. This didn't just start it. And the type of moves that they're making, do you think that they want the economy to crash to bring forth a new way of life? Let's keep that in mind. Central banks around the world are trying to tame rising inflation by raising interest rates and tightening monetary policy. On Wednesday, the U.S. Federal Reserve raised its key lending rate by 75 basis points for the third consecutive time as it continues to wage war against the higher prices. Bank of England followed the Fed's footstep on Thursday, raising interest rates by 50 basis points, and the European Union has signaled that it is likely to follow in the global wave of aggressive policy action on inflation. But who's causing the inflation, guys? It's not us, the retailers. We just work, make our money, spend to survive, save, to have a future, and invest, to dream. Shit. The Fed's aggressive rate hikes have initiated recession fears in the U.S., but Columbia University economics professor and the internet's foremost historian of money and disaster, Adam Tooze, believes that similar and simultaneous hikes by central banks around the world might spark a global economic downturn. No, well, right? This what they want, right? There is an extremely severe risk of a global recession, Tooze told The Guardian in an interview on Thursday. The economist made a name for himself during the pandemic through his widely read newsletter, Chartbook, and his data-driven predictions on the future of global economy, often combined with a historical perspective on what could constitute an economic disaster in the future. In his interview with The Guardian, Tooze warned that the current wave of rate hiking could play a part in sparking that disaster, saying that hundreds of millions of lives around the world could be altered by a global recession. This will mark those people lives for the rest of their lives, he said. Could mark. No, listen, a lot of people are going to lose a lot of money. A lot of people are going to lose a lot of things. A lot of people are going to lose. A lot of people are going to lose. You understand? They know the risk when they do all of this stuff. Technocrats' failures. Despite their best efforts, the world's economic authorities seem to be becoming increasingly resigned to the fact that inflation cannot be tamed without triggering a recession. And once that happens, what do you think they're going to do? That's when they're going to introduce their digital currency, the digital world that we're slowly moving into. Last month, Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell warned that the central bank is prepared to bring some pain to the economy, to bring down inflation. But it's so easy to say some pain. But this some pain includes people not having a home. includes people being kicked out of their apartments and losing their jobs and having to be, live on the street. This pain is people for people who can't walk or in bed and having their one breadwinner going out there not being able to work and provide for their homes. This pain is going to cause death, suffrage. It's so easy for these billionaires to talk about bringing pain to the economy, but all they're talking is words. These are actual people that you're affecting. He admitted that the chances of avoiding a recession are likely to diminish, and an uptick in unemployment is probably on the way. So this is where unemployment become important. I mean, unemployment is an important thing to balance out the society. This is something I've learned, which is new. We have got to get inflation behind us, he said. I wish there were a painless way to do that. There isn't. You're quick to say there isn't. There is. There is a painless way. It's called blockchain technology that you're avoiding. But the tightening monetary action taken by Powell and other central bank leaders right now may not be remembered in a positive light, according to Tooze. They don't give a damn. As long as it's not being blocked, they don't care if you remember. Who says that future economic textbooks will record this era of economic policy as a classic moment of failed technocracy? They don't give a damn. How many times have they failed? This is a 40-year inflation going on here. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. It isn't the first time Tooze has discussed his concerns about where the global economy is headed. In July interview, he described the wave of tightening monetary policy around the world as a component of a common global polycrisis, in which a number of crises are combining to create a unique and unprecedented threat to the global economy. Tell me that they didn't know this before. The whole is even more dangerous than the sum of the parts, he warned. Inflation forcing central banks to clamp down on demand is combining with other challenges, including climate change, extreme weather, economic aftershocks of the pandemic, and a higher possibility of wars breaking out to create a larger and interconnected crisis made up of several self-enforcing parts, he said. How does that make sense now? So inflation forcing central banks to clamp down, but inflation is caused by central banks. You caused this, and you're saying that this is forcing us to do this. This is weird. Okay, you see how these guys twist things? On demand is combining with challenges, including climate change. Climate change is nothing new. This is nothing new. And climate change, true support for climate change has been ignored, been ignored for years. For years now. So how is it all of a sudden this means something? Extreme weather has been taking place all over America. Forests burning, crazy ass storms, and all type of crap. It's been flooding. It's been going on for years. It suddenly appear important now to these guys. Economic aftershocks after the pandemic. What economic aftershock? Did the American government or most government did what it take to support their citizen during the time of the pandemic shutdown? Did they do everything in their power to protect their people? Did they? No. Did they do anything close to what Canadian government did? for their people. No, not even close. Not even close. What, the $1,400 that they sent to their citizen? That's it for the 8 months that this deadly virus was being spread all over the world. And now they're talking about economic shock? What? You see what I'm saying? These guys are full of lies. Full of lies. They're full of words and they're full of lies. They're very, very smart, very smart negotiators. But even the spate of rising interest rates, the risk of global recession might be the more imminent threat. Two's uneasiness over relentless rate hikes from every corner of the world is shared by investors and bankers alike. The Fed's latest rate hike may have been not necessary and a policy mistake, Jay Hatfield, CEO of investment firm Investor Capital Management, told Fortunes, adding that the Fed's stance significantly increases the risk of recession. Yeah, you know what, man? As I said, this was expected. There's no way these guys are gonna sit back and allow blockchains and cryptocurrency to take over the fiat currency system. The what do you call it? Come to me. I can't. It's not coming. It's not coming, guys. It's the gas money, the money that the petrol dollar. These guys will fight. These guys will give their life before they allow blockchains and cryptocurrency to take over. This is the fight that was predicted, and I'm happy that we're in this time, because back then I saw this coming. We didn't know when it was going to happen, but it had to happen. These guys will fight while accepting some blockchain technologies, like the banking, the ones that have obvious user operability, right? And denying the rest, such as Bitcoin. They don't want Bitcoin to rise, guys. They don't want Bitcoin in dominance, because Bitcoin being dominant is basically shitting on the banks. That's literally what it is, guys. That's what it is. And they don't like that shit. It embarrasses them. You know, it says that they're not doing their job. It says that they're very incompetent and comfortable, which they are. All right, let's wrap this up. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for your patience. Remember, me reading, yes, is developing my vocabulary, but you listening is developing your listening skills, man. Anyway, guys, thank you for checking me out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You'll see it later.